Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would show you some lipsticks. I've had quite a few recently, so I'm not sure if I'm going to have to divide this video up. I want to start with the Lisa Eldridge recent release, which has been flooding YouTube. She did some really good promotion on this, I must say, because it kind of went live as a pre-order on her website couple of weeks before the items were shipped, not too long before, not too short before. So she benefited from all the videos of people saying what the collection contained and what they were going to order. And then she's got a whole second slew of free publicity as everybody gets their orders and shows the items and says what they think about them. I'm not being at all critical of Lisa Eldridge. She's my favourite makeup artist by far. I think she just gives really good advice. And from what I've seen of her products, I bought, I'm going to say 2 lipsticks before, certainly one. Liked them, wouldn't rave about them, and obviously I ordered a few things from this release. I have to say what I would really like to order from her brand is one or more of the beautiful rings, because I always admire how gorgeous her hands look with her different semi-precious gemstone rings. But they're quite pricey, and I haven't been able to afford one so far. I keep looking at them though, they're gorgeous. Anyway, in lieu of that, I did order, and I managed to get this time, because I've always kind of missed out on the previous collections. They sell out so quickly. This one doesn't seem to have sold out as quickly in most respects, so I think probably the production run has been bigger. I got one of the kits. She does these nice little kind of velveteen pouches. I'm not sure I really love the kind of floral design, but it's very vintagey. You know, who doesn't need an extra bag to carry around all their many cosmetics? The kit that I went for, I'll show you that in a minute. All the kits contain a lip pencil, a lipstick and a lip gloss, and these are the packaging. Perfectly nice packaging. She's got a great logo incorporating her name and a little lip sign. That's not part of this kit. I don't know what I've done with the box for that, but anyway, we don't need to worry too much about the boxes. What came in the kit, let me get it right. So that's the separate one that I ordered, was a lip gloss, lip pencil, here we go, and lipstick. And I went for the Velvet Beauty set as the kind of most neutral pinky set. So I was quite keen to try one of the velvet lipsticks. I've had the satin, I don't know if she calls them satin lipsticks. I ought to have looked in my makeup drawer a bit more carefully before doing this video, but you know how I roll. So I went for this one anyway. So let's look at the lipstick. Really nice packaging. Kind of the frosted gold, nice and heavy, magnetized so the lid slips on easily, logo at the top. I don't absolutely love it, but the packaging is very nice and feels good quality. Here's the lipstick, a velvet. You can see I have used it. It feels very nice on. It's just a mid-toned pinky nude, I would say. Slightly 90s, not perhaps quite the brown that you get in those 90s colours that I often end up with. It does look a bit brown on me, but as mattes go, it's very nice. You can see slightly magnifying the wrinkles on the hand, so it's going to do that slightly on the lips, but any matte is going to do that. Super comfortable, and it does wear moderately well. Less so in this colour than the other one that I'm going to show you in a minute. That's probably just due to the brightness of the shade. Then standard lip pencil, again, very nicely produced. There we go. Beautiful match. So you can, get your get absolute precision in putting on your lipstick, if you can be bothered. That is probably not as important with a colour which is quite forgiving like this, because it's close to lip shade. Probably more important to get it if you go for one of the more dramatic colours. Of course, I didn't. And then the lip gloss, which was included in the kit. I'm not a gloss fan, as you know. I find I don't love the texture. They don't last, and I just find them a bit sticky. But there it is. You can see well within the shade range. Very pretty. You can wear it on its own, or you can put it on top of the lipstick. I don't really see the point of putting a gloss on top of a matte lipstick, but I guess it gives a different finish, so some people will like that. As glosses go, it's nice, it's comfortable. It doesn't give that itchy feel that some glosses give me. It's moderately sticky, which as opposed to runny, which means it does last reasonably well for a gloss. Glosses just don't last well, do they, really? So I'm pleased with my selection from this particular release. And then I would have got in the glosses, I think it's called Go Lightly, which is one of the lipsticks she didn't re-release, which I would love. I think it's based on a shade that Audrey Hepburn wore on a vintage lipstick from Audrey Hepburn, if I remember correctly, that Lisa Eldridge has. I think she's got a whole video about it on her website. Very interesting if you want to go and look that up. She released a gloss in it this time, but that had sold out very, very quickly, so I didn't get that. I have seen it modelled on a few people who did manage to get it, and I'm not as disappointed now that I didn't get one, because seeing it on people, I think the shade, which is a very, very pretty shade, and I would still like it in the lipstick, is probably not a strong enough shade to make much of a difference in a gloss, so I don't feel as bad about that. So I did go for one of the Repeats Velvet Morning, which is a much more dramatic shade, a very orange-based matte red. It actually tones in quite well with the print on the bag, which is not why I got it. There we go. So it looks almost neon there, doesn't it? I actually quite like a orangey red, but this is a bit more difficult to apply because it is matte. Again, very comfortable. Lasts pretty well, actually. I ate a bowl of soup with this and it didn't really do much damage at all. So that's partly due to the pigmentation, but also it is a nice formula. It doesn't quite look matte, really. Almost looks slightly satin on the back of the hand. I do wish there'd been a lip pencil, or I'd managed to get a lip pencil in it. Although I have a similar shade Chanel one, which does do, because you really do need to be a bit more precise with your application. I got some little stickers with the pack. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. Maybe those will go on eBay. Right, what else do I have time to show you? Because I've had a lot of lipsticks recently. Why don't I show you a lovely gift from my friend, subscriber and fellow YouTuber, Lara Martin. I'll leave a link below. She does videos both in Russian and English, because she's a Russian native living here, speaks both languages fantastically, and she has epic taste in luxury products. And I think you'll like her channel if you like mine, because she's not doing sponsored video shows. She's showing you what she's actually bought with her own money, which I think is worth a lot more than the sponsored shows. So worth a look. Anyway, she very kindly sent me this Pat McGrath lipstick, which didn't suit her. And I had intended to show it with some others that I ordered from the website when there was a sale quite a bit ago now. But it's been a bit disastrous, to be honest. They processed my order in the sense of taking payment from it, and the items didn't come, and I wasn't even getting a dispatch notification. Long story short, I've just got a refund because I didn't get any of the 3 that I'd ordered. So let's show what Lara sent me. Gorgeous packaging. I think they're very pretty. I do love me a bit of glitter. You're not going to miss that in your handbag, are you? And this is an unusual lipstick because you can see where I've worn it. There's a definite kind of gold shimmer. So there's the most tiny, tiny microflecks of glitter in it. But you're really not aware of that when you... Well, it's very subtle, isn't it? Swatch, I don't think. And it just looks very shiny on the lips. Very comfortable to wear. Not a brilliant stayer, I have to say. I do like plum shades in the winter particularly. And I brought out a few to show you of my favourites so you can see how this one compares. It's pinkier, I think, than some of them. This is Tom Ford Drake, which is one of the most flattering berry tones on me. And you can see there, much less opaque, more purpley pinky, I suppose a bit closer actually to the Lisa Eldridge. So although they, well, it looks much more purple, doesn't it, in the bullet. So I tend to think of that as a berry shade, but actually it's quite pink, isn't it? Another Tom Ford favourite is Velvet Orchid. You can see I've actually used this one quite a lot, which is unusual for me. Tom Ford lipsticks are very soft. So there you go. That's probably a bit more similar, isn't it, in tone. But again, less opaque, less red in it. Very comfortable lipstick, but like the Pat McGrath, not a great last on it. And then a Chanel Cocoa, Rouge Cocoa from a few years ago called Bonheur. There we go. I thought this looked very similar, but again, you can see it's a bit more pinky in the bullet. This definitely has more brown in it, which is probably why it's not quite as flattering on me. There you go. That looks much pinkier on the hand. Of course, it's the formula partly. The Cocoa Rouge are much more like quite pigmented lip glosses than lipsticks. So none of those are actually looking... This is the closest, isn't it? The Tom Ford... oh God, what's it called? Velvet Orchid. There you go. Now, what's quite similar is one of these two that I bought from a new-to-me brand called Code 8 that was recommended in some magazine that I read. I was actually recommended to get the red I'll show you in a minute, but when I went on the website, I got this one. This is called Lima. Running out of space. There you go. Can we see that? Let's put it right next to. No gold sparkle in it. On me, this looks very 90s. So it looks kind of more brown than the pinky it's showing on my hand. Very, very comfortable formula. I prefer it actually to the Pat McGrath. No stickiness in it, but not kind of drying at all. So they are a very nice formula. This is the one that was recommended as the most perfect red. You can see a much more mid-toned, but much bluer than the orange red there of the Lisa Eldridge. And I haven't worn that a lot, but that's partly because I'm not wearing a lot of lipstick at the moment, thanks to the good old pandemic, which is slightly putting me off. So, yeah, so I need to lay off buying lipsticks, to be honest, at the moment, because I've got more than enough. I'm going to tease you finally before I sign off with Tom Ford's Soleil Release Frost Balm, because I have the palette on order. It should be delivered any day now. This is so stunning. I couldn't believe it when I opened it, but you're not going to see it now. You're going to see it with the palette when it comes. So with that little teaser, let me know if any of you indulged in Lisa Eldridge and what you think, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.